Hello, this slideshow and presentation is a profile of Sonoma County Library for LIS 5804, University of Central Missouri. Sonoma County Library is a multi-jurisdictional library system in a suburban locale in the state of California. The Institute of Museum and Library Services tracks distribution of U.S. public libraries by their legal basis, and a multi-jurisdictional library is operated by two or more units of local government under an intergovernmental agreement. Multi-jurisdictional systems account for 3.3% of public libraries in the United States, according to McCook and Bosseler. Sonoma County Library serves an urban-rural county encompassing 1,575 miles with a population estimated around 487,000. It was established with the signing in 1975 of a county-wide library joint powers agreement. It consists of one central library and 14 branch libraries, as well as a bookmobile. Libraries range in size from the very largest, the Central Library, at 61,800 square feet, to the rural Occidental Library at 657 square feet. Administrative functions operate out of a headquarters building in Rohnert Park. The library moved its administrative offices from the Central Library during fiscal year 2017-2018. In 2020, Sonoma County Library had total operating revenue of $33.3 million. Most of that came from local revenue, $31.7 million. Here is a look at the library's operating revenue per person, which comes out to $67.70. Of that, $64.36 comes from local revenue. The library received about 10 cents per person in state and in federal revenue. Here is a look in greater detail at sources of library revenue for fiscal years that ended in 2019, 2020, and 2021. You'll see that in addition to local property taxes, a significant source of revenue is a sales tax, Measure Y. In 2017-2018, revenue from Measure Y enabled the library to increase its materials budget by 67%, increase its number of children's educational and recreational programming, and expand its summer reading programs. Among sources of library revenue, I want to give credit to the efforts of Friends of the Library. There are 10 Friends groups that support libraries in Santa Rosa, Cloverdale, Guerneville, Healdsburg, Petaluma, Rohnert Park, Cotati, Sebastopol, Sonoma Valley, and Windsor. Their support takes the form of advocacy, volunteerism, contributions, and book sales. During fiscal year 2020, Sonoma County Library's total operating expenditures came to $57.84 per person. The majority of that was towards staffing, $39.34 per person. The library's total collection expenditures per person was $7.07. Of that, the library spent $1.97 per person toward print expenditures and $3.65 per person toward electronic expenditures. Other collection expenditures per person came to $1.45. Among the library's collection, the bulk is in print materials, 1.3 per person as of 2020 statistics with the IMLS. The library's collection also includes ebooks and audio and video resources in both downloadable and physical formats. Their quantities per person range from 0.1 to 0.5. In 2020, the library circulated 3.1 million items, according to the IMLS statistics. Of these, 2.3 million were in physical items. And interesting to note, the circulation of children's materials, just over 988,000, amounted to 31% of total circulation. Sonoma County Library offered 6,184 programs in 2020, which drew an attendance of more than 130,000 people. Of the programs offered, 46% were for children and 14% were young adult programs. All other programs amounted to 39% of library programming in 2020. The Sonoma County Library Commission is an 11-person body responsible for governing the library. Commissioners are appointed by the cities in Sonoma County and by the County Board of Supervisors. The commission chairperson, Deborah Doyle, was elected in 2022 to serve for 2023-2024 as president of United for Libraries. From our textbook, United for Libraries is the national organization for library trustees. Trustees advocate for libraries at the local and state levels and also participate with United for Libraries in national legislative initiatives. As of 2020, the library employed 73 librarians and 121.7 full-time equivalent positions in all other paid staff. All of the librarians employed by the library in 2020 held a master's degree in library science from a graduate program accredited by the American Library Association. However, at the December 7, 2022 meeting of the Sonoma County Library Commission, the branch manager of the Downtown Central Library confirmed that for a Librarian 1 position, qualified experience could be considered as an alternative to a master's degree. The Librarian 2 position and above would still require an MLIS. Among library administration, an employment agreement with Erica Thibault for the position of library director came before the Library Commission on February 1st, 2023. Here on this slide and on the next one are additional system-level job titles that I found listed on the Sonoma County Library website. Among awards and accolades earned by Sonoma County Library, from the California Library Association, it received the PR Excellence Award in the Best in Show category in May 2021 for its Sonoma Responds, a Community Memory Archive. This project collected stories about how Sonoma County was impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And in 2022, Sonoma County Library's virtual adult literacy tutor training program received an honorable mention from the Urban Libraries Council for its Innovations Award in its adult education category. Among challenges faced by the library, one has been the need to reimagine its services in the wake of COVID-19. The pandemic interrupted and cut short strategic planning for the future of library services, and Sonoma County Library pivoted to reimagining what library services would look like through listening sessions, interviews, and surveys of library stakeholders. Another challenge concerns the homeless population at the Downtown Central Library. How does the library navigate a balancing act between providing service to the poor while mitigating behaviors that impact other users? A third challenge facing the library relates back to core library values of equity of access and building diverse collections that serve a variety of customers. Equity of access and diverse collections can come up against challenges from members of the public in regard to materials that speak to the interests of minority communities. We saw that this past summer when someone removed books from a Pride display in the Rohnert Park Library. Branch libraries also faced racially based vandalism. The burning of a Black Lives Matter flag at the Sebastopol Library, and the hateful scrawl of a racist word next to the front door of the Sonoma Valley Library. A library neutrality discussion, prepared by Library Director Erica Thibault, came before the Sonoma County Library Commission on March 1, 2023. It states, in part, that the library is not neutral, that it believes in rights for all people, and that by posting Black Lives Matter and LGBTQIA+ banners, the library is signaling that it is a safe and inclusive space for people of all races and backgrounds, and is committed to providing resources and support related to issues of racial justice and equality. As part of my assignment in preparing this presentation, I was to focus on specific areas of service. Here are some resources addressing early childhood literacy, civic and community engagement, digital learning, economic development, education and lifelong learning, health, job skills, and summer reading. And that brings us to my references on this slide, and this one, and on this one. Thank you for your attention.